Okay, I want to thank my family for dropping me off. It's like they were really motivated to get rid of me. No, that can't be the case. Anyways, we're about to head in hiking with the backpack to the campsite. So let's go. We got about a 10K hike, probably take me about 2 hours. So get the backpack on and then let's get moving. I'm pretty excited. The weather's beautiful. It's supposed to be very windy this afternoon, but hopefully that dies down because it's going to be pretty hard to set up the tarp. And this is the first time I'm doing this tarp camping. So I'm a little bit nervous about it, but hey, what's the worst that can happen? This trail is pretty nice. I've been through it a bunch of times, so I'm pretty excited. So let's get moving. So this is kind of a fun little adventure that I haven't tried before, being dropped off and then hiking my path in the woods to my campsite. Shouldn't be that long. Like I said, 10 kilometers, take me 2 hours. Stopping the film, it always slows me down. But that's a fun little adventure to be dropped off like that and get my way to the campsite. Hopefully have a good time at the campsite and then hike back out. And then I gotta meet my family again. Hopefully they show up and pick me up. Okay, so I think this is gonna work. My idea here, it might not be a good idea, is to set up the tarp right here, and this is my base right here. I would love to be able to be facing the water and the rock while I'm going to bed and wake up in the morning. I'm not sure if that's gonna work because the wind is pretty strong and it's blowing this way, so I might have to reverse it. But I'm gonna try to do that. If I can, that would be great. That'd be a really nice way to sleep kind of under the stars. So I got some work to do. The trees aren't in the perfect spot. When are they ever in the perfect spot? So I got some work to do. Set up the tarp right now and see if this is going to work. Here we go. So of course the trees I wanted to use for my ridgeline are just a bit too far apart. No problem, not the tree's fault. So I have cords that I will now tie together to hang my tarp. I've been working on my knots a bit, and in this situation I probably could use the fisherman's knot or maybe the figure 8. But a buddy of mine gave me this little device, so I think I'm going to try it out in this situation. This is just a simple little cord tightener. So that's the product right there. Essentially, it's a carabiner, but it also has, you know, a gear and a tightener back here. So you just slide it through here, back through there, and then your cord goes through there, and you're good to go. You just pull it tight, and it should hold. This is good for 280 pounds. So yeah, this should not be a problem. So let's give it a try and see if this is gonna work. The device seems to work pretty well. It's lightweight and it's quick and easy. What wasn't easy was this afternoon wind. Please take a moment to enjoy my misery. Since the wind was not cooperating, but it was supposed to die down in about an hour or so, I decided to start dinner and to finish my tarp setup later on. Okay, doing a lot of firsts this trip. First time tarp camping, first time making campfire nachos. I'm not gonna lie, there's probably a good chance this is gonna fail miserably and these are all gonna burn and it's gonna be bad. But we're gonna give it a try. So, one of the most delicate things I had to pack, a couple things, but was this tin foil. So, packing this tin foil when you're backpacking, not easy apparently. Anyways, it got pretty, I had it rolled up and anyways, I made it into a little bit of a plate. I could have taken an aluminum, you know, those aluminum plates, but I added to the weight of my pack. I didn't want to add that. So this is what we got. So the plan here is we have tortillas, which I think probably got crumbled on the trip. I did my best. I had them kind of packed away neatly, but I think they're probably going to get squished. That's okay. We got chicken, which I took from the family's leftover chicken yesterday. Sorry guys, hope you're not going to have chicken today. Well, you're not, because I took it all. The other thing is I have onions, we have salsa, we have some guac, we have some sour cream, all that fun stuff. As long as I don't screw it up, it could be a very good meal. All right, so our fire's looking okay. I didn't want it to be too big because I don't think it's going to take a lot to cook these nachos. But anyway, so let's get going. Let's put everything on that we need to put on and get going. All right, put that aside. Again, this was not easy to pack either. I had one little cooler bag and I had a couple things in there. I made room for beverages, of course, but yeah, so we'll see. Oh, that's a lot of salsa. Some people say you can't put too many onions on. I'm going to challenge that today. Yeah. Again, I might have too much chicken here, but now we add a little bit of cheese. Of course, this is the secret ingredient, isn't it? Always. All right, I think it's ready for the fire. Now I know some of you were thinking or hoping I was going to drop those on my way, weren't you? What's wrong with you people? Anyways, I'm not sure how long to leave these on. You gotta watch them. Here we go. Still a little hot. So it turned out okay, I think. The chips and the chicken have this smoky flavor, which is great. I say it's a success. Pretty good. Not perfect, but pretty good. With those nachos in my belly, it was time to get back to work and finish my tarp setup. Okay, so the tarp is set up. It's not perfect, far from perfect, but it was so windy earlier that I just had to set up some kind of tarp system so I have some kind of protection. It's not supposed to rain. It's actually going to be a beautiful night, so I'm not really worried about getting rained on or anything. And the wind is supposed to die down, so I'm not really worried about protection from the wind. It would be nice to get a little bit more protection, and that's what this is for. I'm up on top of this rock, so I'm probably going to get some wind. My own fault, but I really wanted to stay up here. There wasn't a lot of options on this spot here, but this is what I set up. So it's not perfect. There's not a lot of flat spots. It'll be just flat enough. I just have one spot to set up my mat and my sleeping bag, and I should be good. So let's get some stuff set up. Since I hiked in, I was packing light. So my simple setup was a tarp, rope, a sleeping pad, a sleeping bag, and of course, a pillow. Dave loves his pillow. So if you have any tips for me for making my setup for my tarp camping better, please let me know in the comments. Just be polite about it. I'm new to this kind of stuff, so I'm still learning. I'm getting better every day at this kind of stuff. I really love the filming aspect. The camping aspect, I kind of struggle. So I'm hoping I get better each single time. So if you have any tips for me, please let me know, because I'd like to get a lot better at this. I'm really hoping this works for tonight. Should be fine for the one night, but it's one of those things. Until you do it, you don't know how to do it. So here we go. was a pretty good travel day. It was a fun adventure being dropped off like that. I think the kids really liked it, dropping me off, and then as they sped away, they didn't really speed away, but I thought that was funny. My wife was pretty funny. She took off, and then I was on my own to make my way here to the campsite. Not a big deal. I had my maps, I had everything else I needed. It really wasn't that big. I think it was 10 kilometers in. My pack wasn't that big this time. I was going very, very light, very, very easy. The fact that I'm tarp camping, very light, very easy. I actually really like that part. I'm looking forward to enjoying this fire. A lot of my trips this year have been during fire bans, which really, really sucks. I really love having a fire. I love cooking on the open fire, but for me, the big thing is just this, just chilling out, not doing anything. I'll get my book out, I'll read my book and enjoy the fire. It's one of those things that as a city kid, I really didn't get to enjoy very much. So the fact that now I can is pretty cool. So I really do appreciate these little things, you know. Anyways, this might be it. I might just sit here by the fire, turn the camera off, and enjoy the fire. And soon enough, I'll be tired and I'll be in the sleeping bag under the tarp. Hopefully the sky clears up. It's a little bit overcast now, but hopefully the sky clears up and I see some stars. That would be awesome. Hopefully I get a good night's sleep. That would be nice too. All right, see you guys. So good morning. My natural morning alarm went off. The birds are being pretty loud here. It was so quiet last night, but now everybody's up. All the birds, squirrels, everybody's up. You can hear them. So I slept pretty well considering. It was beautiful sleeping here underneath the stars. It got a little chilly, but nothing too bad. I'm still in my shorts, put a sweatshirt on. The sleeping bag's pretty good. This air pad from Climate, it's okay. It's not great. It's fantastic for backpacking like this, like my trip today, because it's so light and small. So you just pack it away. But if you're going for a longer time and you have other options, canoe camping or something like that, I'm gonna bring something a little bigger. I have a little bigger pad that I like, but for the most part, it was pretty good. So I'm glad that worked out. The tarp didn't fall on me. Nothing fell on me. There's no real critters or crawling around or anything like that. So it was pretty good. It was a pretty quiet night. So I'm gonna have some breakfast and then tear down, and then we gotta make our way out of this fantastic camp spot. All right, let's go. Whew. So these may be the worst looking pancakes that I've ever made. But you know what? It doesn't matter because I have maple syrup. You add maple syrup to pancakes, you're going to be okay. I love me some blueberry pancakes. Just something awesome about them. I mean, how can you go wrong? Pancakes with blueberries and syrup. Canadian maple syrup. You can't go wrong. Sorry. Everything's cleaned up. It was a pretty good site. I think I'll try this tarp camping again. It was a lot of fun. Okay, it's getting on in the day. The sun is coming out. It's beautiful blue sky. I love that. I'll be in the trails for a bit, so that'll give me some shade. But I gotta get moving. Busy day today, unfortunately. So gotta get going. I'm gonna miss this place, and it was a good time. Really enjoyed having a fire when you can't have a fire sometimes, and then you find out the fire bans have been lifted and you can. That's awesome. So I'd like to thank you for joining me on this little adventure. It was a lot of fun, and I think I'll try this tarp camping again, maybe in the wintertime. It's something I really wanted to try, and I'll have to get a lot better at it because I'm going to have to protect myself from the wind and the elements that way. But I think it can be done. So thanks for joining me on this trip, and we will see you next time.